Let's fucking laugh from the first minute to the last. Mush it up, let's fucking go. Mush it up, let's fucking go. Light up the kush, now it's time to laugh. So hold on to your tush, the one and only Mush Podcast.
Hey everybody, episode number 666, Mark of the Devil. Actually, it's episode 17. How you doing? This is Mush. You can't build us up, can't break us down. I just derailed Crispin. How's it feel, motherfucker? This is Jeremiah Hughes.
Crispin. It was like a usual day with you.
Yeah. And Tony Cardoza is also here on time, as usual.
What a handsome on-time soldier.
Yeah, that's me.
Not anymore, though.
No, not
No longer handsome.
in a week. Yeah, in a week from the time this airs.
Are you stoked?
Actually, it'll be like from when this airs, it'll be fucking 4 days.
Yep.
Yeah,
Dude, have you thought about, you're like somebody turning like 21, like you can drink. Like, what can you do? Or what are you excited to do?
Smoke weed.
Let's go.
That's the biggest thing I'm excited for, is to start smoking weed again.
God, dude,
smoking weed is fucking awesome. You know, I haven't smoked weed since I was like 18. You know, so fucking weed's changed so much since I was able to smoke. So I'm really excited to see what.
Are you excited to get your first blitz out of the way, where you're just like, I am way too high?
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh no,
I can't wait to just get high and freak out. Like,
yeah, dude.
It's gonna
in your
be
mind,
awesome.
like everybody's having a great time, and in your mind, you're just having a panic attack. Just,
Yeah, just like, I'm feeling like, you okay? And I'm like, I don't think this is for me. I'm never gonna do it again.
Sorry. I didn't know if I was breathing in, and then I only breathed in.
Yeah, I've been manually beating my heart for the last hour.
Dude, yeah, if I don't focus, it's gonna stop.
It's gonna stop.
I do like getting the fear, though, sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes I'll just get so paranoid. Like I'll smoke a sativa and I'll be like in the shower. I'm like, fuck, I think everyone hates me. Like I think everyone in my life has always hated me.
Everyone I've ever met talks shit about me behind my back.
Yeah. And
That's
it's just
true.
like you sober up and you're
That's
like,
true.
you sober up and you're like, that was a crazy thought.
That was weird. You never get that on drinking. When I'm drunk, I'm like, I should fucking play Just Dance. Let's go.
Yeah, it's the opposite. You're like, kind of, I rule.
When I was like 17, one time I smoked weed and fucking I like convinced myself that I was secretly retarded. Like that was like,
Not a secret.
But I was like, I'm like mentally challenged, and then I was like, all my friends are only my friends because they're being nice to me.
Oh, that's so sad.
Shit.
And then I was like looking at them, and I was like, did they get a retard high? And I was like, these are not good people. Like, what
You
are they
guys need to
doing?
grow up.
I had an embarrassing way too high moment when I was a teenager where I was like selling weed. I just had so much weed and nothing to do. And I'm like, I'm just going to smoke as much weed as I physically can. And I got the first real panic, and I think the only real panic attack I've ever had in my life, where I thought I was going to die. I thought my heart was going to stop. And so on my laptop, I recorded a goodbye video for my family where I was like, I'm really sorry. I smoked too much weed and I might have died in my sleep, but I love you and goodbye. And like I had to wake up and like delete the video and be like,
You should have
"Oh,
saved
God."
it, dude. You should have kept that forever.
I wish it would have been on like a Facebook Live. That would have
Oh, dude. He's his
Yeah,
first
dude.
TikTok, dude. Oh, my God.
just diming yourself out, dude.
Yeah, dude. That was an
It's all
embarrassing.
bad shit. None of it's good. He's like, I never liked any of you. I fucking hate that I was born in this family. He's like,
Crispin's
oh.
got to have an embarrassing too high story.
I had one time where I got fucking. You remember Spice? When
Yeah,
Spice-
that was huge in the military.
that
for a
shit
while.
was horrible. I smoked it, and my first thought was like, I should never smoke weed again. And I was like, why the fuck am I thinking that? Like, I wasn't having fun. And then I was partying with a friend of mine, and he had like these other friends that were kind of like weird and douchey.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'm not having a good time. And I was like, I'm going to backflip into the pool. And then I ran and jumped, and I backflipped too far and fucking backsplashed right onto it. I hurt my back. It fucking sucked.
What's the worst drug you guys have taken?
Worst as in like classified as hard?
What is the
or-
one where you're like, I regret taking that drug? If you have one.
I don't think I've ever regretted it. It's always been a blast.
I would
besides that one
take
time.
back experiences. Like one time I accidentally ate 7 hits acid.
How was that?
It was, sorry if I already talked about this on the pod.
You have not, because I've never heard this
Dude,
story.
this is a whole
It's a
thing.
doozy.
So I had liquid acid.
Uh-oh.
And you like pulled it up in like a little syringe. You know,
Yeah.
it was based off milliliters. And so a milliliter was like a generous hit. And so I like pulled up 7 of them. And I was going to give 2 to each of my buddies and 1 for me. And I accidentally splished the whole thing in my mouth.
Uh-oh.
And acid should be like this much. And I felt like liquid hit my mouth. And I was like, fuck, that's like $70 worth of acid
Just
in
down the
my
drain,
mouth.
dude.
And I was like, fuck, do I spit it out or do I swallow it?
Should have spit it in your friend's mouth.
And
You
I
were
was
already fucked once it touched your tongue. Like,
and I was like, dude, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm a fucking man, dude. I'm swallowing this shit, you know?
you just
So I
chase the dragon.
The manliest
So-
thought. I'm swallowing.
Yeah. That's the manliest thought I ever had. I'm swallowing this load right
You're
now.
not getting me today.
And then I gave my friends 2 hits each. And I was like, all right, guys, see you later. They're like, we thought we were all going to hang out. And I'm like, not anymore. I'm about to go on a journey.
Yeah, this is about to get really bad.
So I laid on my couch and I was like looking up at my light. I was just like waiting for the high to kick in. You know, I was like, this is going to get weird. And the lights started to go, or the circles on the light started going wah, wah, wah. And then I looked at pictures, started going wah. And I was like, oh, this is cool, you know, or whatever. I'm like, cool. I'm ready for it to stop now. And then everything started crawling. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
And when you do acid, you get like mad, like anxiety or like adrenaline, you know, and so your heart will start to race. And that's why people like to go for walks and stuff. But my heart started to race and I started freaking out. And I did anything anyone would do. I called my mommy immediately. And I was like, I need help. I need you to come help me. I'm at home, you know? And she comes by and like she comes in, she takes one look at me and she's like, oh my God, what did you take? Because my eyeballs were just pupils, you know?
They're huge, dude.
I was so high at that point, like I couldn't work anything. She was like, we'll put on something, you know, we'll ride this out. It'll be fine, you know? Because she's cool, you know? And she's like, but I need you to like turn on, because she's still old. She like can't work a PlayStation to turn on anything. She's like, I need you to turn that on though. And she like handed me the controller and I was like, I was so high I couldn't like figure out how to work. I was like, oh no, oh what? And then
I can't fly this thing.
What the hell's going on
after
here?
a while of dinking around, I actually was able to put on some I just clicked buttons until a documentary came on, and it was some documentary about following civilization through the history and like how they evolved and like when they had fire and when they had spear tips and, you know, up into like into industrial revolution.
Yeah.
And I had this like crazy acid epiphany that like we are so much in the thriving of human race that it's almost cyclical. Like it's going to come back to surviving.
Yeah.
Like we're like, it's a pendulum coming back and forth. It's a circle. But like I had that moment in that kind, I was like, shit, dude, it's going to get bad. You know? But I also learned in that trip that I am pure fight, no flight in my like
Try to
lizard
fight
brain.
your mom?
Yeah.
No, dude, there was like, I was watching a commercial and I was just frying on acid and it was like a big bowl of what looked like teriyaki chicken. And I was like, oh, yeah, that looks cool, dude. And then it was like Fancy Feast, and then like a big cat jumps behind it. And I was like, oh, and like almost like punched the TV. My mom was like, it's fine, you know. But,
Cat, Joe.
but I was like, yeah, dude, I just tried to fight a cat, like a 40-foot cat, because like on a big TV, you know? And so if that truly was a cat, that is a wild thing. I was like a
huge
tiger,
cat,
you know?
yeah.
I was like, fuck that tiger, you know? It's like, dude, what are you doing?
That's awesome.
Total chimp moment on acid.
Chimped out. I mean, that's the time to chimp out is on acid.
I chimped out today
Yeah?
on myself in the gym.
What'd you do?
I just fucking beat the shit out of my muscles because I just was like, felt like chimping.
Hey, you know, that's
I just
good.
was like angsty and
Controlled chimp.
yeah, dude, it was like rubbing one out before you go on a date. You
Yeah,
know,
it's like-
I pre-chimped.
It's like when the Forest Service, when they do like little controlled burns to keep shit from burning down.
It's a
know?
controlled chimp.
Yeah, it's a controlled chimp.
I like that.
That's a new thing that we've invented now, the controlled chimp.
Control chimp. You break
You
shit
get
for no
yourself
reason.
into a safe area and then you chimp.
Yeah, dude, I got to the point where normally I would stop and then I was thinking about what I was angry about and then I just busted out like 10 more reps and I'm like, I'm gonna be so fucking sore the next couple of days. But
Working out pissed is the best.
yeah, dude, I was chimping I was like taking that anger out of myself. I'm like, you stupid fucking piece of shit.
You can barely lift these weights, you pussy.
Yeah, dude.
What about you? Do you have any like bad drugs that you regret taking or like a really bad
When I took
experience?
mushrooms that one time with you, this was like years ago.
Yeah.
This was like when you were 19, 18. Yeah. Yeah, I took too many and then the fucking hit and I was like, oh, fuck, I was not prepared to go on this trip. I think that's happened twice where I took some. Oh, because remember when I told you when I first started taking them, I tested shit. So like the first time I was like, all right, let's see how it feels. And I went for a walk. The second time I cooked a bunch of different foods to see what I like to eat. And then the third time I put on music and movies and I tried to see what movies and music I liked. And then the fourth time though, I took too much. I didn't realize how strong they were. And then I just started fucking going back to my childhood. And I was like,
no,
oh, fuck,
dude.
dude. And I was like, I put this shit away for a reason, dude.
Yeah.
God damn,
All
that's
that clutter.
The thing about stuff like that, like what comes up, you gotta address that.
You gotta
shit.
address it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it tried to come
you
up.
can't run from it.
I was like, you better get the fuck back
That's why
in
that
there.
shit's kind of healthy though, bro. Is like that shit does pop up. You know,
Yeah.
like my shit that pops up is like I get like sometimes I just get like I'll be like in this room right now, and sometimes when I'm on MUSH, I just get so lonely, bro. Like I'll just feel like I'm like a million miles away from everybody, and I'm like that's that feeling as a kid that I had, you know, and that's like I can try to lean into that.
Yeah, you have to address it. You have to come to grips with the shit that's bothering you.
Shaman Tony, what do I do about that?
What do? You just gotta fucking you honestly you just have to like face it. That's it. It's the only way it's gonna get better.
How do you face it? You
Like,
run into that?
Yeah, I mean,
You just like self-isolate for years in a mountain
you
on
don't
top
have to
of a
self-isolate.
Now I'm actually alone.
You have to like figure out, where that stems from. And
Yeah.
like while you're, theoretically what I've read, right? Is that when you're in that headspace, you just try to like trace back, okay, like when do I feel like this the most? Like I feel like this when this happens, why does this trigger this? And then eventually you get to the root of where that problem came from, and then you're able to move past it, but
I think if I'm looking back, I think that feeling started with my first kill.
yeah.
Yeah, when I saw the life.
The first time you killed a guy?
Yeah, first time I saw the life leave their
Just
eyes.
drain a guy.
And I went, I don't feel very connected.
Well,
to
somebody's also really experienced with draining men.
in numerous ways. I sucked him off before. And then I said, now I have to kill you. No witnesses.
No, but like psilocybin's going to make you, from what I've read, psilocybin is going to make you confront the parts of yourself that you don't like. And it's up to you to confront it and just recognize that that's a part of who you are, and that, in doing that, you're able to move forward, and then it gets easier every time you do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But the worst drug I ever took was I was 18, and it's this thing called 2CB, otherwise known as oranges, and it's a synthetic hallucinogen that is really fucking bad. It's like one molecule away from meth, I found out later in my life, like years later. And
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah, he's just awake.
it was pretty bad. Like it was, I fucking took it, and like, it was like me and my buddies, and I remember like I started like tweaking, like I was like tweaking the fuck out, and like we were trying to play chess, me and this other buddy, and there was all these like little tiny baby hairs all over my hands, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I kept trying to like wipe them off, and then
you
my
started
buddy
getting
was
the
like,
itch.
Anthony, the hairs aren't real, and I was like, oh, he can see them too. Like, fucking
Yeah.
crazy, but I'll never take that shit again, dude. It was like you snort it, and it was like a line of fire, and it would come behind your eye all the way to the back of your skull, just like a single line, and you could feel it. It was so fucking painful, dude.
That's the see. I don't.
I only
feel-
did it like 5 times.
Yeah, just wanted to see the hairs again. Like I'm gonna pluck them this time.
We have to try it that many times to see if you fuck with it or not.
My buddy,
that makes sense.
when we were in high school, he made DMT. Like
Oh,
he was
yeah.
a smart kid. He just applied it in a way of making drugs.
Yeah.
And so he like he was good at chemistry. He straight up just made them in a spare room.
Mm-hmm.
And so he made DMT, and we smoked weed together at times. So he's like, I'm going to try this. You can like watch me and make sure I'm fine. And then afterwards you could do it if you want. And I was like, oh, cool. Like I knew of it a little bit,
Yeah.
but I knew it was like a extreme acid or mushrooms. That was about my knowledge of it at the time. And so this dude like plays weird music and gets in a comfortable chair. He's like setting. He knows more about this shit than me. He's an older
Just
kid.
setting the scene. Yeah.
So he like smokes it on top of weed, and he starts like going, and like goes on this out of body trip for like 10 minutes, dude. And I'm sitting here watching this guy like, what the fuck just happened? Like, cause I didn't know it was an out of body thing. I was just like, did this kid just fucking died or something? And he was like, give me 15 minutes. If anything bad, if I'm unresponsive, it's all right, kind of thing. And I was like, this is so fucking weird. And Anthony was with me too. He was like, what the fuck is this shit? And he like, all of a sudden, he was like, whew, that was fucking crazy, dude. You want to try that shit?
And you're like,
And I was like, nope. Actually, I gotta go.
I want to do real DMT at some point in my life.
You can go to the doctor, can't you, and just pop that shit in?
I don't fucking know. I don't know what doctor carries DMT.
I think I don't know if I think you can go. I think you go to the doctor, they inject it like with an IV, and it's like a slow build, and then you just come back down.
That'd be fucking pimp, dude. I'd love to do that. That'd be sick. I also want to like do like acid and get inside of like one of those sensory deprivation chambers. I think that would be fucking awesome.
Hopefully you don't panic.
Those fuck people's heads up when they're sober. I
Yeah.
want to do it when I'm just fucking fried.
Have you seen the room without sound? It's like the quietest room ever. And I
And
think
you can hear your blood.
Yeah, they said
Yeah.
like but what is it, like 45 minutes, the longest anybody's ever lasted in there? Dude, I would love to be in there.
I want to go in there so bad.
So if everybody could just shut up.
I just like anything that alters my mind. That's why I drank
Yeah.
for so long. I just can't stand being fucking sober, dude.
You're Chief Keef. You hate being sober.
I can't, dude. I can't stand being sober, bro. It pisses me off. I'm sober right now.
You don't ever get to a point like once I hit like the first week, I started to crave alcohol a little bit, and then it goes away. The second week, I'm like, why do I drink ever? Like, this is fine.
It's just, I don't know. I just, like, being sober is just fucking boring. Like, I don't know. I'm just,
Yeah, it's definitely boring.
It's just boring as fuck.
You gotta
You're
do
just,
puzzles.
Like, just raw dogging life. Like, it just sucks.
Yeah, it's a fucking hassle.
I'm good.
Especially like days like today. Like I woke up and I was like, "Fuck, man! I have a bottle of wine in my fridge. Why wouldn't I just get drunk
just
and
get
fucking
housed.
yeah, just fucking do laundry and shit, drunk, Swiffer drunk, do the dishes, watch some fucking King of the Hill. It's so nice.
Just chilling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just hanging out fucked up. That's so fun.
Let's
Like,
everything else go.
I'd never drank wine before, and I performed at a few wineries with Davey, and they gave me a bottle of wine, and I was like, I'll just drink the bottle of wine. You know, because like I hear about like housewives drinking a bottle of wine, and I was like, oh, I'll just drink a bottle of wine.
Get loose.
And I was like, so I set in with the goal of drinking the whole bottle of wine because I want to see how that feels. Dude, I got hammered off that bottle of wine. Dude, I was so drunk by the last one. I didn't even taste like alcohol. And I was like walking around kind of like bumping into my walls. I'm like, dude, am I hammered off wine right now?
Dude, wine drunk is a different kind of drunk.
Wine
Dude.
drunk is the funnest drunk.
I wanted to go fuck a man after
I
getting
wanted to
wine.
fucking, dude, it made you gay.
That's my werewolf, dude. I
It's the
drink a bottle of
opposite.
wine. Oh, wait, shit my pants.
You have to chain yourself to a tree, otherwise you're gonna fucking die.
I'm not blowing a guy again because of rosé.
You gotta chain my cock to a tree.
Chaining your cock would be crazy, dude.
Like a little cock cage.
You know, a chastity cage, dude, and then just hooked up.
Like just put
Like, you
your
gotta
tongue
hold
through
on
the
to this key for me. I'm like, what's it to? I'm like, you'll never know.
Yeah, through my penis.
Don't come near me after some wine, then you'll know.
Dude, I'm not allowed to drink wine anymore.
Why?
Selena says I get weird when I'm a wine drunk.
Really? How weird.
I just get sentimental. I get real fucking like life is beautiful, you know. and
That's
I'm
not
like,
bad.
That's
I
fun.
start getting all teary, dude, all the time.
There's
I just
nothing
can't do
wrong
it.
You're
with
always
that.
teary. That's good.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Shut up, bitch.
Nuh-uh.
No, tequila drunk is my favorite drunk.
Tequila drunk is a blast, dude.
Yeah, like-
You're fucking immortal.
Yeah, dude. The other night, fucking last week, when I missed Jeremiah's show because I drank too many margs, dude. I'm still like pumped for tequila. Like it did not ruin tequila for me even a little
No.
bit. I
Wait,
get a
yeah.
margarita right now, dude. I
How
love
bad? How
margaritas.
bad was it? Was it like throwing up, margarita drunk?
Yeah, I threw up.
Oh, it sucks.
I threw up a lot. Selena ended up texting Jeremiah off my phone. I just had,
I knew it was bad when it was like, hey, this is Selena. Tony's like hugging the toilet. I was like, oh.
Yeah, yeah, that dude is smoked.
I was like, I think I replied like, oh, that's okay. Just don't let him die.
I was, I like fell asleep at the toilet and I woke up at like 1 a.m. and I was like, fuck the show. I looked at my phone and Selena texted him. So I was like, all right, thank God.
Yeah.
I thanked her for it. She was like, you told me to. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
At least I know when you're just totally blacked out, you're still a good guy.
I tried to
But
be.
you gotta let Jeremiah know.
I'm not going to make it.
I was thinking
It's all
about
right,
texting
brother.
you again, but like, do you still want to carpool? Like, even though I know you were gonna make it.
Dude, I was fucking, that was bad. It's like, man, margarita pukes suck because it's like the lime juice.
Oh, it's spicy, yeah.
It's so acidic.
Especially if you have like the spicy margarita on the side. Oh,
I don't get the spicy ones. I just get
like
a
it.
margarita classico. Yeah,
Classico.
on the rocks.
Oh God, I want to get drunk.
Yeah, getting drunk is nice.
Yeah,
Getting drunk is definitely
you
nice.
fucking forget it. You're just like, I don't have to do shit today.
I accidentally got too drunk last week. You know, it was kind of fun.
Where'd you? Oh wait.
When me and Chad were being all loud.
Oh okay. You kept drinking. Yeah.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
When you guys were yapping.
I accidentally imbibed too much, and I had to like hang out for a while to sober up to drive home. It was fun.
Yeah?
I was like, yeah, I was feeling good.
Yeah, you were chilling.
Yeah.
You-
I didn't realize how much I drank until the day after, and I was like doing the math, and I was like, fuck, I had like 3 White Claws and 6 shots. I was fucking housed, dude. I
You
was
were
like,
done.
I was like, woo!
Yeah, dude.
What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, dude. I
I
don't know.
left for 2 seconds. I came back. He's doing Trump. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't know. It was like I was talking to Lexi about it. She's like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was just thinking like it was a weird response to stress. I think.
Think so?
Yeah, I think it was just like a weird, like, got a wild hair up my ass, just like had to get hammered. I don't know what it was. You
It
know?
happens.
I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes you just got to
Did
get
Lexi
hammered.
drive you home?
No, I like sobered up in my truck before I drove.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You fucking smoked some weed in order to fucking offset it. Yeah.
I mean, you said it, not me.
I love that,
Dude,
dude.
I remember getting so fucked up, and then I was like, I'll just do a bump of coke, and then I can drive. And I was like, what a stupid.
That's my
fucking
bump of coke.
that is wild.
I'm just snorting weed. I'm like, this ought to work, right?
Being hammered and being like, you know what would fix this? Drugs.
People do it.
I know people do it. Yeah, it's a huge thing. That's why there's so many fucking accidents.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm excited for LA. I was watching this shit the other day. It was like there's car chases all the time in LA.
Let's go.
I can't fucking wait, dude, to like just see car chases. Like that's gonna be so.
We're gonna see
metal.
Tony in the background. Woo!
Yeah, I'm gonna be tailgating.
No
dude. I'll
shirt.
be like on the news, like, oh fuck, dude, they're gonna be coming outside of my house. I'm like, set up like a folding chair.
Like it's a NASCAR or like a rally race. You know, people just wait for a checkpoint.
You
It's
can
like,
have those little
boom,
poppers.
boom, boom, boom. You're like, yeah.
I'm gonna have one of those self-defense like pepper ball guns, dude. The guy gets out of the car and tries to run up, just to light him up with one of it, dude.
Just frozen paintballs.
Just like pop, 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 pop. Be like, don't worry, I got him, officer.
Like you shot the officer. It's like, oh,
Oh, I'm going to jail.
You know what made me really happy is you were talking to me on the phone not too long ago, and you were like, "Yeah, man, I think like maybe New York for a couple years," and I was like, "Yes, we fucking got him, boys."
I have been thinking about that. If I get a following in LA, once I get a following in LA, if I get past it like the Comedy Store and
You
Laugh
will.
Factory,
You will. Yeah, you will.
if it happens, hopefully it happens. I'm not going to be like, I'm going to have that happen, because then if it doesn't happen, I'm
I believe
like
in
a
you.
fucking jackass.
you're gonna
But
be fine.
if I get past at the Comedy Store and the Laugh Factory, my plan is to go to New York and try to get past at the Cellar. And then after that, I don't know. Hopefully I'll be a national headliner, but maybe.
that would be fucking
Let's go.
insane, dude. That's weird.
Boys could dream.
Yeah, it's the dream.
I mean, dreams suck, but you know, like, you know what the callback to the dreams not being good. But
No. I don't know what you're referencing.
Dude, that was like a week ago. I don't even remember
I
that.
don't know. I'm too high.
That was like a week ago. Yeah. What the fuck, Jeremiah?
I've been dreaming a lot lately, dude. It's really fucking with me.
Yeah, you're a dreamer now.
You don't like your dreams?
I do
dreaming.
not like it, man.
love
I
it,
can't
dude.
stop the dreams.
I dream in like movies, so I get to watch a film while I'm asleep.
I've been having night terrors. What the fuck is that? I
Dude,
wake up
so-
sweaty and shit and like scared of weird
We
things.
didn't talk about this because you've had sleep paralysis. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I know of it.
But you haven't had it.
No, I'm trying to lucid dream.
You know how that works? You know, if you write down your dreams, like your lucid dreams work, and you have to have like an item that if you're like, if I look at this or like my hand, it'll help you realize
I
you're
check the
dreaming.
time a lot for that reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's it so far?
Because if you look at a clock like twice like this and it's different time, so there's no time on it, then it's a dream.
No shit.
Yeah.
so you haven't lucid dreamed
It's
yet?
a good way. They call them like reality checks, I think, or something like that.
I've always been in need of a reality check.
Yeah. Or they call it something like that. Yeah. But I think it'd be really cool to be able to lucid dream. Dude, I talked to this fucking acid ridden guy when I first moved to Olympia like 5 years ago. And then I moved back. And then, anyway, it's unimportant to the story. This guy's name was Dan, and he was super fucking cool, dude. But he's like this burnout acid guy that spent time in Peru, and he's a real spiritual guy.
Yeah.
And he said ever since he was a kid, he could lucid dream. And he's like gained wicked powers in that realm. And he was like, and I've talked to other people that could lucid dream that have similar stories where there's like cops in those realities are like black figures, and if you get too good at shit, they'll fucking kick you out and they'll try to kill you and shit. And they'll like, and then you won't dream for months and months and months. Like,
That's fucking
Damn,
awesome.
caught a ban.
Dude, it's crazy.
You caught a ban because you were hacking the server.
yeah.
Dude.
But he was like, he's like, first it's easy to like do things like fly, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, and then try to like make things move, and then you can like try to manifest things, which are really hard. You got to like think about how heavy it is and how it feels in your hand, and like that's really hard. But he says after you can do that, then you meet your fucking dream guide, and the dream guide can help you figure out other things in the dream realm and in your real life. And he's like, dude, I've fucking done so much shit by just asking my dream guide shit.
That's pretty cool.
It was fucking crazy. And then he got into a fight with one of those shadow people and then couldn't dream for years.
Damn.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I got to do something.
Dude,
like
every
that.
time I lucid dream, the first thing I do is fly, and then I remember I'm afraid of heights. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
No.
I go too high, and I'm like, oh, no.
Dude, I had a dream last night where I came up with a bit that was so funny, I woke myself up and laughed, and
That's the
I can't
best.
fucking remember it, dude.
Oh,
and I'm
dude.
so pissed.
I had a dream the other night where this is so stupid. I had a dream the other night where like I put something on TikTok and then I like randomly opened my phone like an hour later and it was like I went viral. And like I just kept opening my app and it was like 5,000 followers, 10,000 followers, 100,000 followers. Like, oh fuck, we did it, boys!
Yeah,
you know,
we're
like,
good.
yeah, dude. It was just a weird dream. I woke up and I was like, I wonder what that says about my subconscious.
You want to be famous. That's what it is.
It's funny. It's like it's farting in TikTok, dude. That's
Yeah.
just farting in TikTok.
I have this reoccurring nightmare recently about getting into a knife fight with somebody. I'm always in a different setting, and then like a guy like pulls a knife, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to take that from him, you know. And I was like, I go into, I'm like, I'm gonna get poked. Let's fucking go, you know. Like, and we start circling, and then I wake up.
I like
Oh,
the
yeah.
he's like circling.
I'll be like
put your
sweaty as
hands out.
fuck and out of breath and shit, and I'm like, dude, that was fucking crazy.
That's your fight or flight mode. Fucking
Yeah.
kicking in.
Well, it's like, I mean, I think I've said this on the pod before, but like, I don't punch in slow-mo in dreams.
Yeah, we talked about it because we said you're the guy beating up all the people who
Yeah,
can't
dude,
fight.
like I fuck people up. Like, dude, it's like full speed. But one time I was having this dream where I was like in my car and then I was like in this parking lot and I looked at the reflection through the door of the car parked next to me and there was a guy crouched behind my door and I was like, oh, this guy is going to try to fuck me up. And I like opened the door really fast, knew he was coming and he had a knife and I like wrapped like the seatbelt around his hand and took the knife out and I fucking killed him with it.
Whoa.
And my dream like full on let me like just straight up like kill the guy and I like pulled out and there was like fat on the knife and I was like fucking
He
swiped it
licked it,
off
you're
and
like,
shit. I was like, ew.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Great.
And then I
knife.
woke up and I was like, that was super detailed. Like, like, what the fuck, dude? At no point my brain was like, wake up. Like, just
you're
let
like,
me kill this guy.
Why do I have morning wood right now?
yeah, dude, it was hard as fuck. Like,
She's like, oh, look who's awake.
Yeah, I cannot stop dreaming. It was like a few weeks ago, I was sitting in like my break room talking to coworkers about how they dream. And so I was talking to them about lucid dreams and different shit. And so now I just can't stop dreaming now. It's crazy. I'd rather not.
Maybe because you're
yeah, you
focused
used to
on
tell
it.
us that you didn't dream.
Yeah, it's
now you're
terrible.
dreaming all the time.
I don't like it.
Well,
Hey.
the nightmares are fun. You got to find the fun dreams, dude.
Maybe you got banned from the dream server for a while. You did something, you know.
Dude, maybe I did. Dude, I think like when I was a kid, I used to hypnotize myself. You guys believe in hypnosis?
How
Well, I mean,
that's how I
kinda,
stopped
yeah.
drinking, dude.
to an
Dude,
extent.
different like UFC fighters and boxers get hypnotized before fights and shit. And they swear it works. And then different people get hypnotized for success and make like a ton of money. And I think it like boils down to like susceptibility for persuasion, you know, or like whatever. Because I got like hypnotized at an all night party. So like in my school district, they do a thing for the graduating class, which is like an all night party, which is like all the parents get together and spend a bunch of money on this wicked event so that you don't go out and get shit faced and die. So we just get drunk and go to the all night party. And it was fun, but you know, that was like when I performed at one of those. The year that I was performing, there was a hypnotist. And I was like, whatever, dude, I'll you know, try to get hypnotized. And it wasn't like I was like getting controlled around. I was just really open to suggestion. You know what I'm saying? And so he was like, so what? It was actually kind of funny what happened. He was like, all right, he hypnotized me to dance to a song. And he was like, whatever I play, you're going to get up and dance to it. And I was like, all right, cool. Yeah. And then he like snapped his fingers and then Barbie Girl started playing. And I started like dancing all sassy,
Started taking his
like a
clothes off. You're
stripper.
like,
oh.
And like I like booty dropped really well. And I remember like being like, I didn't know I could do that. You know, kind of thing. Like
I didn't know I could drop the
yeah,
dance like
You
it
a
was hot.
slut, dude.
yeah, and then he snapped his finger. Like, everyone's dying laughing, and then he
Slut
snaps
boy
my
Hughes.
fingers. I'm out of
Slutty
it.
Hughes, dude.
Yeah, dude, I'm a sloppy slut.
Jeremiah Horrors, dude.
Turns out when Hughes wants to be sexy, he throws it back, dude. I love that.
Yeah, dude, I didn't know I had back like that.
Dude, you got that back.
dude,
You got that
Hughes
fat
got
back.
back.
Yeah.
I was looking into hypnotism to get over my like not eating mayonnaise thing. 500 bones.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it was gonna be
You should-
$500 to get rid of the. And I was
Dude,
like, I just
also-
won't eat mayonnaise.
What if we just raise some money, $1,500, and we all get hypnotized for success?
For being the greatest comedians.
Dude, why not?
I think it'd be
that'd
worth
kinda
it.
cool.
Yeah.
I've
I'd do
wasted
it.
$500 on shittier things.
I kinda
What
wanna
if
do
it
that.
works?
Yeah, what if it works?
Well, what if it works so that you could never truly attribute the success to yourself?
I still would.
Who cares?
Yeah,
I'd
you're
be
like,
fucking too
it's
busy-
because I was
Too
hypnotized.
busy having fun. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not gonna fucking I'm not gonna put burden on myself.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, I was already a comedian before. I wanted to get funnier, so I fucking hypnotized myself to unlock my latent potential.
Dude, when a boxer knocks out somebody else, they're not like, it's because of the hypnotism.
It's like, you know, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Dragon Ball Z, but it's like when fucking they go to Namek, and then the
Goru?
the Goru fucking puts his hand on
unlock potential.
Gohan, and he unlocks his potential. That's how I imagine it would happen. A huge Namekian is the one that's going to hypnotize me.
Before I forget, there was a podcast that did a hypnotism on pod, and they hypnotized the guys, and some of them didn't work, but one of them, it did work. And he said that he was like, no, I knew. And they said that when you're hypnotized, you convince yourself that you were in control because you're just like suggestive, you know? So you're not going to do something you wouldn't usually do, but you are willing to do things that you wouldn't normally do. And they hypnotized this guy, and they told him you'll be really attracted to guys in hats, and you'll hate yourself for it. And they were like, "This is never gonna work." And then he snapped his fingers, and the guy's like sitting there, and they're talking for a while, and he's like, "Dude, that's a nice hat." He's like, "I don't know if I told you, but like it looks good on you."
Nice hat.
Yeah. And then they got to where they said you're an older woman who's really trying to get this guy to take him home. And he started flirting with one of the host so hard that the host got like super. He's like, dude, he big dogged me. He alphaed me in that moment. I just wanted to go home. I was just a small girl in a big city. Like
just a small girl in a big city.
They brought him back for another episode, and he's like, I knew what I was doing. It was whatever. But at the end of it, he said, every time you make a certain noise, you'll feel like joy. And they did the noise, and he's like, man, it's a good day. And he didn't even realize it. I was like, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't want shit like that, dude. I gotta get over this mayonnaise thing. That's the biggest.
You
thing.
should try so what I did for the
That's your biggest hang up in life.
Yeah, I just gotta get over this mayonnaise shit.
I'm so
Love
perfect.
cum, hate mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
So bad.
It's the
dude.
texture.
Like, yeah, it's. I don't know what the fuck
Dude,
it is.
try the fact. So before I stopped drinking, I did the meditation where I convinced myself that alcohol wasn't good. Like I just kept meditating on it. And then before I went to bed, I told my brain, hey, like help me fucking not drink. And then I went to sleep and I had a dream that I drank something and it tasted fucking horrible and it made me nauseous. And when I think of drinking now, it makes me really nauseous. So that's why like now I want to drink, but whenever I think about it, it makes my mouth water and I feel gross.
Maybe I will try that. I'll try a little meditation.
Dude, we should try to hypnotize Tony.
We should hypnotize me to not smoke weed. Could you imagine the type of guy I would be if I just didn't want to smoke weed?
You're gonna chimp out for sure.
I just murder somebody. I'm like, the worst day of my life was not smoking weed.
There's a magician in Centralia, and we're doing the crossover. Maybe we can do that as part of the episode. I'd be down to get hypnotized by a guy.
That'd be
for the
fucking
crossover
crazy.
episode.
Oh yeah, we're doing a crossover with Open Mic Heroes soon.
Yeah, and there's a fucking magician out over by them who I was talking to him, and he said they mainly does like hypnotism. So I mean, I would be down to get hypnotized on the pod.
Let's do it.
If
That'd
you
be
guys
so
want to do
fucking
that,
fun,
that guy
yeah.
would agree with it. I'd
Yeah.
get
Let's
hypnotized
find out how
on
much
the
he's
pod.
fucking charging us. Or maybe he'll do it for the exposure.
Maybe he'll do it for free. Maybe he'll just do it because it's a fun thing to do. You know?
Yeah. Also, that would be so funny to pretend to hypnotize you. We can just like do a whole bit about it. Have you seen that reel where there's that African guy? He's like, when I snap my fingers, you will no longer be gay. And he snaps the fingers of the guy, but I'm not gay. And he's like, it worked.
It worked.
Yeah.
No, he says you'll
Like,
forget.
I was never gay.
He's like, you'll
Exactly.
forget.
Dude, for a while, my algorithm was just African dudes bodying each other with funny jokes like that.
The
Dude.
South African accent fucking
Why
hits
are you
hard.
gay?
I watched a fucking Royal Rumble. Like you guys familiar with WWE at all? I mean,
Yeah.
I know you are because you've announced wrestling, but like a Royal Rumble, right? But it was all these guys in this African village, and like the fucking ring was like dirt with like rope. And they were fucking each other up, dude. Like, I was like, holy fuck. Like, they were like DDTing each other onto rocks. Like, it was nuts, dude.
Oh, damn.
The fucking thing that Hughes hosted, there was a group there. It was like three, right? Three black guys that were in the group. And they called themselves the BBC group. And so
The
at one
BBC
point-
Three dude?
Yeah. And so at one point there was like kids and they're like, come on, BBC.
Dude, it was
Let's
so
get
funny.
it." It was the
Little white
fucking-
kids.
yeah.
I love BBC.
That's crazy.
It was the
bro.
funniest
It was
thing.
the greatest fucking thing ever. And then Hughes is up there like, yeah. Like, what
That
the
is
fuck are
so
you supposed
cool
to
you
say?
did that, though. Like, announcing wrestling is fucking awesome.
It was fun. It was a fun experience. I couldn't keep doing it, but it was fun.
I would love to do it, dude.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah,
I was
if
just
anybody
watching.
listening to this does fucking wrestling, I would 100% do it.
We're
I
gonna see
fucking love professional
Tony's going to get
wrestling.
suplexed by the BBC. He's like, I always knew it would come to this.
Yeah, dude, I'll participate.
That was a hard. It was
a hard gig.
professional is a stretch for what I was announcing, but
Well, I mean, it's like, you know, to
no,
say
that was insulting to what I did. It wasn't. I was just trying to go for a bit.
amateur
But,
wrestling.
Yeah. No, I mean it was fun.
If there's anybody that runs an amateur wrestling circuit, I will 100% commentate on it, and if you want, I'll even participate in the kayfabe. Like,
Dude.
100%, dude.
Somebody's gonna grab your neck. You're gonna chimp out on them. I don't think it's a good idea.
Dude, legit, dude, I would 100% like be in like a full-on like fucking wrestling match. That would be tight.
You ever
dude.
watch wrestlers chimp out? Dude, it's the best.
Especially if a dude let me RKO him, dude. Like, there's no shot I'm not doing that. That's so fucking cool.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. That would be fun.
Yeah. Fun fact: front flipped into a ring one time.
you front flipped into a ring, like a
Yeah.
wrestling ring?
Yeah.
Like off the
How?
turnbuckle.
No. I just like grabbed the rope and I leaned back and just front flipped.
Was that cool or what?
It was cool as shit.
Yeah, you were pumped?
Fucking crowd went wild, dude.
I bet, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I want to
Like,
do it so
who brought
bad.
this Mexican back here? God damn.
I actually thought about getting into amateur wrestling for a little bit.
You would have been good.
I just
You
thought
have
it would be
charisma.
fun, but then I was like, nah, I don't
You would
want
have
to
fucked
do
your
it.
body up, dude.
I don't want to do steroids. That's the main reason I don't want to do
What are you
it.
dumb? Those are
So
the
bad
best.
for your heart.
Well, I'm gonna do steroids when I'm like 40. Like, that's my plan. So at that point, fuck it. Like, whatever, you know? Because it's like people that start doing steroids in their 20s, they die at like 60. I start at 40, die at like 70. That's fine.
Still die at 60.
Dying at 60 is also like, who gives a shit? You know?
You will at 60?
I just don't want to lose my hair. That's like the biggest thing.
You're Italian. Italians don't lose hair, do they?
Yeah, dude, look at like
Tony Soprano's bald.
Yeah.
Is he really Italian?
Yeah, James Gandolfini. It's a fucking crazy Italian
Could have
name.
fooled me.
Gandolfini, dude. Like, what a weird name. Rest in peace, James Gandolfini. That dude rocked. That dude was a good guy. He took like several pay cuts to pay other actors and shit. He's a fucking dog.
I respect that.
Now he's dead.
Yeah, all those
we'll
good
all get
deeds.
there.
Yeah, we all get there eventually. It comes for all of us, you know.
When I was learning about like Buddhism from like a monk named Kobai. God, I hope Kobai's not dead. He probably is, but he was old as fuck.
It's just some crazy Jeremiah lore. Like,
Yeah,
a monk named Kobai,
Dan-
dude.
Dan-
Dude,
Kobai.
a monk named Kobai taught me from the Dharma and his Sanghas. So we would read from the Dharma, which is like the Buddhist Bible essentially, and then he'd translate what that teaching meant, and then we would meditate, and it was really cool. And
How'd you get involved with this guy?
he came into the weed store because he was like with somebody that was buying edibles. And he was like, huh. And there was like some vegan fair trade like edibles. And he was like,
So is he like full on like bald head monk?
yeah, orange robe
No
and everything. Yeah.
shit.
And so I was like asking him questions about Buddhism because I was interested in it. And he was like, I run a Sangha, which is just like he like had a church. Like it was like
Yeah.
an official thing. And he was like, I do it here. And you can come by, you know, and it's really interesting. I did that for a little while is when I had the time. And it was a lot of fun. But anyway, he taught me about this meditation, kind of like what you were talking about. It's like he's taught me this meditation because I was having a hard time with existential crisis at the time, like dying and what that meant and everything. So he taught me this meditation about like you get comfortable in bed, you cover up your eyes till it's black, and you picture your body being dead in a forest, and you go through a time lapse of your body completely decomposing and becoming the forest. And it should be like a 10, 15-minute meditation. And then after that, you should be like really grateful for being alive, you know, kind of thing. And it works really well. It's morbid as fuck,
I'm gonna start
but it
doing
also
that.
helps you like come to grips with like dying. Like the more you picture it, the more you think about it, like the less scary it is. Like you'll go, this will happen. My body will die. It will decompose. And it's like a exposure therapy kind of.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
There's
I know this chant that you do. I can't remember if it's Hinduism or Buddhism, but it's called Myoho Renge Kyo. And it's like you like repeat that over and over and over again, and you're supposed to like achieve your maximum potential in whatever you're doing. I did it once at a range and fucking shot like incredible. And I can't prove that that's what happened, but you know, it's a bat in 1,000 from the time I have tried it. And I'm like, I should do this more often, and then I forget every time. I'm like,
There was that fucking thing you were just talking about. And there's a show on Hulu where the lady she's dying of cancer, so she takes a bunch of fucking what is that stuff called you drink?
ayahuasca.
And then she's like, it didn't work, and so she's all disappointed. And then she walks away, lays in the forest, and her body rots away as like the earth and worms and everything else eat her. And when she wakes up, she's just like, okay, like I'm gonna die.
You're like, that shit worked.
Yeah, yeah. She's like, well, kicked in.
I want to do peyote super bad.
I know someone that's
It takes
growing
10
peyote.
fucking years
Yeah.
for it to flower.
I know someone that's growing peyote right now.
Yeah, is it going to be ready in 10 years?
I think it's going to be ready incredibly soon.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Dude, you go on a
What
peyote
a cool,
trip. Yeah.
what a cool thing that I'm not going to follow up on. What a cool thing that I'm not going to talk to you about literally right after the podcast. If anyone in the military is listening, I'm joking. I am a comedian.
Dude, did you ever do sativa? Did you ever do that shit when I was around?
Salvia?
Oh, salvia. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I did.
I like salvia. I thought that was a blast.
I never did salvia.
It's a fun
It
time.
wasn't really a thing when I was in high school.
Oh,
Yeah, it was. I did it like. I remember. I think I only did it a couple times. There's one experience in particular that I do remember, where when I smoked it, I almost dropped the bong because I like went really high up. Like salvia is like a hallucinogenic.
Is it a plant or is it synthetic?
it's like
it's a plant.
I don't know if it's synthetic or not. Is it?
I
a
don't
plant?
think it's
it
no. It's a
natural?
natural plant that they just didn't realize was that hallucinogenic, so they never like legalized it or
Is
whatever.
it still? Is
no,
it still
no,
legal?
Now it's illegal. But
Yeah,
yeah.
It makes you trip out though. Like I smoked it and then I like went really high up and then I was looking at my friends and they looked like little ants.
Dude, yeah. I fucking took it and I was like, I had my arms behind me. I was like leaning back and then I felt like I was melting into the floor and then I was going up the walls at the same time. It was fucking great.
You were liquid crispin.
Oh, yeah, dude. I was just melting right there.
Crispin shape of water.
Yeah, yeah. This is a drug heavy episode.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a Wonder Twins reference. I don't know if you guys caught that.
I didn't, but I liked it.
The Wonder Twins, yeah, it was like a dude and a chick, and the chick could like transform into any animal, and the guy was like water. I was just thinking he'd be like fucking me, shape of ice cube. Like, super
Can't get
dumb,
past
dude.
this fucking block of ice. He's blocking the door.
Really fucking stupid. Like the
Yeah.
more I think about it, the more I'm like, that guy got hoed. Like,
Do you remember like when fucking Family Guy, they all got superpowers and they're like, and Meg's ability to grow her nails, and she's like,
yeah, dude, she like scratched a guy.
Yeah, and he's like,
wow,
"Ow."
that stings.
it didn't cut me, but God, it hurt burns.
Dude, Family Guy's funny.
Yeah. I didn't appreciate it until my surgery, and then I was like watching it on Dilaudid. I'm like, oh, I get it.
That's what, yeah, when you're fucking
Yeah,
just
dude.
drugged out of your mind. That's what it's for.
And now I
Like,
get it. Like now I, yeah, it rules.
yeah, there's some funny shit in there sometimes, dude. Like every time they rip on Brian, I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And
You know, the funniest character in my opinion is Joe. He is such a sleeper character in Family Guy because there's so many funny. Like, for example, there's this one episode where like Peter's doing something underwater where he's like some mermaid or whatever, and then it just shows Joe slowly floating down as Poseidon with like the thing, and then he like tilts sideways and then just is laying on his side in a wheelchair like this underwater, and they never address it the whole time. Or like he'll be sitting at the bar and it'll just be a lull and he'll be like, so I've tried knitting recently. You know, and it's like she's like the funniest character.
Joe does rock. I'm a part of this group on Facebook called Peter Griffin Abstract Posting, and it'll be like a pink square, and it'll have like two black circles, and that's it. And then people will be like, the whole comment section will be like, "Hey Lois," and it's just like, I don't know. I fuck so hard with it. It's really funny, but they'll like they call Brian Lib Dog. They'll be like, "What's Lib Dog doing?"
Hell yeah.
Dude, I fucking started catching back up on Futurama. That show was my shit for a while.
They have a new season that came out, right?
I haven't watched it yet. I'm watching all the old ones, but there's like fucking 600 episodes.
I'm stoked for the
so
new
good.
King of the Hill to come back.
Dude, Bobby's gonna be a chef.
Yeah, it's Chris.
I don't like-
fucking juiced
I
about
don't-
that, dude.
I don't like that it's in the future though.
Oh, you wanted it
It's
to be
the
like
future
I want
now, dude.
No, but here's the
You just
thing.
wanted a continuation
Dude,
of the old shit?
No,
or
I
what?
want it Simpsons style, where like Bart and Lisa never get older. You know, every once in a while they flash into the future and you can see an older them, which is fine. But like fucking Cartman never gets older. You know, like
Yeah, but South Park never took a break. That's the thing. It just kept
I don't know, I guess-
rolling.
Well,
Yeah,
they
but-
do. South Park kids did get older because they went from Mr. Garrison as a teacher to Miss Chokes on Dick.
But you know what I'm saying? Like the
But
kid.
now they don't
but now
age.
they're back to Mr. Garrison.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Mr. Garrison's their teacher again. But like the thing is too,
I
is,
just don't love it.
Yeah.
well, I mean, you cannot love it all the fuck you want.
That's
but
just my opinion.
Like,
That's just
there's
my-
lots of shit in life I just don't love. you
Well,
know?
we're on a pod and we talk about what
Look
we
at
love
my
and don't.
father. I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ.
No, I don't know. I'm excited for the new King of the Hill.
Me
I
too.
want to see what happens. I just hope they don't get political. But Mike Judge is pretty good at staying out of that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be good.
Well, no, they had a King of the Hill episode all about Peggy meeting a trans woman, and so, but the trans.
Oh yeah, I
dude.
remember that because they thought she was trans. Yeah,
Yeah.
how fucking big her feet are.
Yeah, and then
That's so fucking funny.
they end the episode and like Hank never finds out. Oh no, Peggy does tell him. She's like, he's a man who dresses like a woman, and Hank's like, wait, what? Well, I don't know. What do you mean? Explain it to me again. Like he just fucking can't process it. So he hits some shit, but he just hits it well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, like, yeah, you can comment on something without it being political, you know, without trying to fucking have some sort of message behind it or some sort of thing. I hate it when shows do that, you know, like, especially like right now, there's a lot of conservatives that are doing fucking like Family Guy style shows that are just like all like conservative shit and like anti-woke culture. And you're like, dude, just shut the fuck up. Like, nobody cares.
Just fucking have fun. God damn, you're making a TV show. You should be having a good time.
Yeah, as annoyed as I am with this woke cartoon, I am twice as annoyed by this fucking I'm a wood shop teacher, fucking fuck this generation. Like, so stupid, dude. Like, fuck off.
Somebody posted that stupid fucking speech from, what's that guy from Dumb and Dumber? The blonde one? I don't know his name.
Oh, shit.
The guy who doesn't matter on Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, but you're talking about the TV show he was in where he's the news anchor?
I don't know what the hell
America's Not Number One speech or whatever.
Yeah. I was like, what a bullshit fucking speech. He's like, we're the greatest generation. We fight for something. You mean when all the wives were hooked on opioids and all the guys were fucking rivered with chlamydia? Like, get the fuck out of here.
It's so fucking dumb, dude. I can't stand it, bro.
I get tired of these fucking speeches.
Yeah, everybody's got a little soapbox, dude. We're just bitching right now. This
we went from
this podcast.
This is because we're all sober officially right
this
now.
is the fucking bitch about nothing
all right,
podcast.
Let's get to something.
I'm just watching. I'm like,
let's go back to fucking drugs, dude. The first time I snorted cocaine, I should have known it was going to be a problem.
Was that? I have a moment with that with weed. I'm excited to hear your coke experience.
So yeah, I this was before I ever even like did because I gave myself 1 year to do whatever I wanted. Apparently it was cocaine.
Apparently it was coke.
Weirdly, I was super successful financially during that time.
You had to be.
Yeah. It was crazy. But yeah, I remember the first time somebody was like, do you want to try it? And I was like, all right, I'll fucking try it. And I took one hit and then I was driving after and I felt this tingle go up my spine like cold. You know when you get like the chills?
Yeah.
It was like that all the way up my spine, all the way to like my brain. And then it went all the way over my brain like a warm blanket and it went poof. And it was just pure pleasure and happiness. And I was like,
uh-oh.
This is the greatest. Yeah, I was like, whoop. And then I was like, never doing that again. And I didn't do it until like 5 years later. And I was like, let's just fucking try it out. And it was all right.
You did a lot of coke, though.
It was.
You were doing a lot of coke.
Yeah, I dove in head first, nose first.
I had a buddy buddy's a strong word. I knew a guy who got super, super into coke for a long time, and then he actually ended up killing his dad with bad coke.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, they both kind of sucked, so it's okay.
Well, when it was like getting towards the end of that year where I was like, do whatever I want, I was like, I think it was maybe 2-3 weeks where I was like, you know what? I think I'm good. That was a good experience. I'm done.
Yeah.
And then I just never did it again.
I can't do coke, dude. I'm gonna get addicted so fast.
You will love it.
It ruined my life.
It takes you out of your mind completely and just makes you have nothing but fun.
Yeah, can't do that. It's literally gonna ruin my life.
I hate to do this, boys. I gotta go pee.
Oh, go pee.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
keep it rolling. I'll be right back. I was trying to hold it. I failed.
You said we gotta wrap anyway? Okay, you just want to wrap?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, don't forget we're ending on a cliffhanger of your first weed experience.
Oh yeah, no, I'll just quit really quickly. It was fun. I was like smoking, I was so scared that I gave my buddy my cell phone and I was like, dude, I don't, because I thought I was gonna be hammered.
Yeah,
I was like, my dad calls, you have to answer, because I was gonna be like, fucking stop, Dad.
What's up, bro?
So we sat down and I was like really worried, really anxious about it. We sat down and we smoked like the entire bag of weed because I didn't feel drunk. Like I was expecting to feel like fucking whoa. And I stood up and just started laughing at nothing. And I just I looked at Anthony and I was like, and then he started laughing and then we laughed and I literally was rolling around, holding my sides laughing.
Just kicking your feet.
And
you're like a little kid.
Dude, it was so much fun. The first time I smoked weed, I was like, I'm going to do this forever.
Yeah, and you did.
I've literally never stopped.
It's like, imagine this while I drive. Yeah.
But yeah, let's wrap the episode, huh?
Yeah, dude. All right.
I had drug heavy episode. It was fantastic.
Yeah, this is a drug episode. Drug-isode.
Oh, yeah. I could use some coke right now. I'm sleepy.
I could use some coke.
Oh, yeah. Fucking MUSH. Can't break us down. Oh, can't build us up. Can't break us down. Don't fucking listen.
Hey, you've done better.
Yeah,
Have a good night, everybody.